We're coming your way from the Minnesota Farm Bureau State Convention. Hi, everyone. Jim Bartles. Special guest is Debra Durheim. And Debra is on both the state and national Farm Bureau Promotion and Education Committees. Debra, welcome to our broadcast and our video.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yep, good to have you back again. Talked to you at National Convention earlier this year, actually. You were involved in a couple of things just recently here. One is Ag in the Classroom, a couple of other projects. I think it's fun to share some of those promotional efforts that Farm Bureau is doing.
Yes, it is. Today at our Minnesota annual meeting, we had some of our volunteers participate in our consumer ed. And what we did there is we went to the Hy-Vee store in New Hope, Minnesota, and we served meat. I was able to serve boneless pork chops, and the other part of the committee served New York strip steak. So we cooked it up right there in the store and gave people samples. We told them that we were all farmers throughout Minnesota, and if they had any questions, we'd be more than happy to answer them for them.
And what's the goal of doing that? So just so we don't assume, what's the goal for Farm Bureau in that kind of project?
Just the consumer awareness, letting the consumer know that what products are out there. Maybe different ways of cooking. Today I had a lady say, well, that looks simple enough, I think I could do that. Yeah, and it was just a matter of cooking the meat, putting some seasoning on it, and cutting it up and serving it. So it was very simple, and it's not as hard as people make it out to be.
Debra Durheim is our guest. I know there's a couple of other projects you wanted to mention and talk about that I think are good for us to share.
Yes, we also did Ag in the Classroom. We covered 8 classrooms this morning at Normandale Elementary School. We did 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade, and our lesson this year was trees. Our book was Christmas trees, but we also, the group of people also talked about how to age a tree and what is the difference between our trees, coniferous or, I can't even think of the other one, but yes. So just going out and educating the children, letting them know what's out there, and that is a way of farming as well. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be livestock.
What's one of the major projects on the national level with the National Promotion Committee from Farm Bureau?
One of ours this year with the Centennial was Noah's Bandage Project, and it was a young man that had cancer, and he wanted it to be I forgot what I was going to say now. He wanted it to be an awareness for other children so that it wouldn't be a bad experience, but yet that they would have cool and fun Band-Aids that they could look forward to having. So what we did is we went back to our states and got all kinds of Band-Aids donated, and then we took them to the hospitals or the ERs for children to have fun Band-Aids. One of our members also took a step out to one of our bandage companies to see about getting farmer Band-Aids made, like maybe a tractor or a truck or corn or a sheep or whatever it may be on those Band-Aids. So.
And ties into the centennial year of Farm Bureau.
Yes, yes it does.
Debra Durheim, we appreciate your time. Thanks for sharing the information on behalf of Farm Bureau everywhere across the country.
You bet, and thank you for your time.
Debra Durheim, our guest from Minnesota. She's on the state and national committees for promotion for Farm Bureau. Jim Bartles reporting from the DoubleTree by Hilton here in Bloomington.